What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Arnold Telegaarda.
And I'm missing no days off, Fred Rosser, formerly known as Darren Young, going back to WWE for WrestleMania.
Do you say formerly known? Because technically you're still known as Darren Young, right?
Well, I don't want any lawsuits, I don't want any lawsuits, so it's a fine line. I'm not going to be using Fred Rosser at my signings, but all this could be up in the air.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I was telling Fred before the camera was on that I saw from What Culture Wrestling that, the mayor or something like that of Tampa just held a meeting that he's possibly canceling all big events that's going to go down in Tampa. And obviously, WrestleMania being one of them, WrestleMania is definitely in jeopardy. I mean, it is still on right now, and Stephanie McMahon did say 2 weeks ago that, we put the health of our superstars and all our fans first. That's first priority. We'll take proper precautions and all of that, but it's still on for right now. But
there's been 2 cases in Tampa.
Damn.
2 cases. And you text me saying, and when I got the text from you saying that you didn't think that you were going to be able to come to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't going to be mad about it. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're my bro, so your safety is more important than anything.
Yeah. I just hate going back on my word, man, because I already told you yes. And
well, that's the second time because at LAX Fan Fest, where I met The Undertaker and stuff like that, you were supposed to come, but my heart and soul, happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Your wife, Hart, she was sick at the time, so.
It's just crazy. And now we're at a time where when people just have the normal flu, they tend to panic because of the epidemic that's going on, But thank God, both Hart and myself got checked. We're all good. But yeah, man, it's what a 2020 has been. We're not even first quarter.
I know.
That is nuts, man. That is nuts.
I know, but I like that you're rocking the
jacket,
the official jacket, chalk line.
Mm-hmm. This is the jacket that Fred got me for my birthday. To me, this is the hands down the best chalk line jersey of all time because we all know that this is the Rock's Versace shirt, but also for people who don't watch wrestling, it just looks like a Versace jacket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially from the back. It's
absolutely.
Fresh. Thank you again, man.
And you got the hat, rocking the hat. It's all matching. And no hate, baby.
No hate. I love no hate.
I love no hate, So I ain't hating on you that you're bailing on me. Because the damn event's probably going to be canceled anyway, I'm still standing by for my schedule.
What do you think is their plan B? Do you think they're going to hold it in an empty arena and it's going to be a big production television show with no audience?
Oh, goodness, man.
The Rock and Mankind Super Bowl halftime show style? How's that going to happen? Because it's 50%. They might have to follow through with plan B.
Well, it could be anything, man. They can just reschedule. Reschedule it. Can't they do it in the summertime? Replace it with SummerSlam? I don't know.
But here's the thing, though. It's different for sporting events because, let's say, a Laker game, something like this, they can easily reschedule the date. But WWE is storyline based. Yeah. It's structured into their dates of pay-per-views and all that. So let's say it does get rescheduled to SummerSlam. What's Drew gonna do?
Well, I tell you what, just like UFC, they just take a whole month off everything. A month or 2 months off just from doing shows, and just do reruns or something like that. So everyone can be, well and taken care of and be with their family, and not be worrying about traveling, bringing home that sickness to the family.
That's a great idea, and I think that should be done, but it's crazy if they do that because that's going to be the first time in 50 years that they have to postpone, their weekly programming. That's never been done before. They should. I'm agreeing with you. They should do that, but it's just monumental because they've never done that.
Yeah, they've never done that. Never say never. They're inviting me back, so hey, shit happens for a reason.
How do you feel about it? Do you feel safe traveling? Like, are you a little worried?
Well, I feel that it's affecting more of the elderly people who have weak immune systems. Me, I feel like if I'm using hand sanitizer, not touching my face, taking showers, washing my hands, being more mindful of what I touch, I think I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm gonna be okay. It's just, you just have to be mindful of traveling, sanitizing the seat back pocket and all that stuff. I mean, I'm OCD. Yeah, I do all that, man.
Yeah, you're already doing that.
Yeah, I do all that. So,
did you see Braun Strowman's comment about the whole thing?
What did he say?
He was just saying, just take proper precautions and all that, and make sure you guys wash these hands.
Well, I seen Sasha maybe last week at a signing. She had on like gloves.
She did.
Yeah, did you? You saw that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she had a picture of her signing and she had on gloves. So
wow. Was she even shaking hands or hugging or anything like that?
She was sitting down and like the fan was looking down at her and she was like signing.
So no touching. It's just thank you. Here's your poster.
Probably it was just a still shot. So. But I got a kick out of that. I shouldn't have. But
no, it's so serious that you kind of have to laugh about it,
But laugh about it because by any means necessary, they're gonna get that signing in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got to put the gloves on. You got to put one of those masks on, like the rainbow mask. If I had one, I'd put that bitch on.
Ryback was saying that if, for one, he feels that WWE should cancel WrestleMania because he wants the wrestlers to be safe. But he's saying that if WrestleMania does follow through, they should cancel fan access.
Oh, yeah. That's
do
true.
that instead,
Yeah, that's true.
To avoid touching and more interactions and all of that.
Oh, tons of interactions. And I'm in your face, if you're waiting in line to see me, then I'm going to make sure that you get all of me, not half of me. So,
and Chris Jericho also commented on the virus, and he feels like it's blown out of proportion. And that it's mass hysteria, and he's saying that I'm not canceling anything until the government tells me to. Fozzy Tour still on point, still going strong. AEW still doing their thing. Yeah. He actually, I didn't hear his podcast, but I think he had an episode strictly focusing on the virus, and he was just saying that there's a conspiracy theory to it and all that, and he doesn't believe in it. But it's just funny to get all these opinions from other people, especially people in the public's eye who constantly has to perform in front of millions and millions of people and how they're dealing with this.
I tell you, man, I love Jericho. And anytime I do interviews, I say daily, I probably said it on our podcast that he has helped me out so much and he doesn't even know. Just doing so much. He's a wrestler. He's an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. He just, for him to do Dancing with the Stars, that's what triggered me to do the musical that I was just in. So it's just we have those hidden blocks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And once I'm able to unlock those inner blocks, there's so much, so much for me to give.
Yeah.
So, he's a big inspiration.
It's funny, speaking of Chris Jericho, when he says stuff like that about when he comments on world topics, I kind of trust his opinion. For some reason, I don't know why, but Jericho makes me feel safe. Yeah. Because I feel like he knows what he's doing in life. He's like you said, he's such a talented, well-rounded guy that if he feels strongly about a certain topic, he's probably done his research and he's level-headed, and I kind of trust his opinion, man.
Absolutely. I mean, I definitely trust his opinion. I know I've mentioned it on the podcast, but I remember the start of NXT, the fans turned on me when I got eliminated, and he's on the stage, he's yelling, turn on them, don't let them control you. So from then on, man, you just got to know how to pick your battles, and you own the people. Don't let the people dictate. One of the masters is Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
You watch old promos of him, I just love it, man. He just knows how to, get under the people's skin.
Speaking of Vince McMahon, I heard from a YouTube channel, one of the members from Ascension, the bigger guy. What's his name? Do you know?
Oh, Connor.
Yeah. Did you hear about this?
No.
He briefly talked about one of his awkward interactions with Vince McMahon, and I believe it was the first time that they met. So he had a meeting with Vince. And he said that it was the most uncomfortable situation ever. He said he would rather hang out with his exes than have that situation go down again.
What the hell?
Because again, it was his first time meeting Vince, and Vince was kind of like, writing something down, and he would ask him questions, and whatever answer Connor would give him, Vince kind of gave him that disapproval look. He asked Connor like, "Oh, what's your favorite type of music?" And Connor said, "Oh, I like rock and roll." And Vince goes, "Ugh." And then like he started writing something.
Yeah, I can
and
see him saying that.
What else did he ask? He asked Connor, "What's your favorite type of movie?" And Connor said, "Comedy." He's like, "Ugh." So every answer he gave out was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So it's either Vince. Some superstars have spoke out that Vince liked to test out his wrestlers, and Vince liked it when his superstars stand up for themselves. So that could be that test. And Connor did it. Like, he was just he was scared. He was. I mean, anyone would be scared, but again, maybe it was his first interaction with Vince that he just kind of went along with it. But he said like every answer that Connor said, Vince had a little to it.
Like I always say, and I've probably said it on the podcast, the most intimidating thing about Vince McMahon is his office door. Once you get through that office door and you propose an idea to be with Bob Backlund, have it written out, have visuals, and propose it to him, and then you spend about 15 minutes talking to Vince about yoga, he would always say, in that particular situation, "Wow, how do you get such a big chest like that?"
Yeah.
And I just sit there, yoga. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, yoga has helped me out with injuries. It's helped with my posture and everything. So I'm talking about it. He's like, "Oh, interesting." Because he doesn't seem like a yoga person.
No way.
So again, back and forth. And then I got to the bottom line of this storyline with Bob Backlund. And he's the one that personally called up Bob Backlund. And,
I didn't know that he called Bob.
Yeah, he called up Bob Backlund. He's the man of his word. He did it. Bob said that he would be down to do it. And then we started doing the vignettes in Stamford, Connecticut on a green screen. They would fly me out there, and Bob would drive down there because Bob would drive 500,000 miles to a destination because he just loves to drive.
Do you remember what was the amount of time from the time that it got approved to the time that you shot your first vignette with Bob?
Well, it was probably, I forget which WrestleMania. It was the WrestleMania when I was probably one of,
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I was probably one of the last 4 people in, and I had to beg and plead to be one of the last ones so the commentators can put over, "Wow, what a great showing by Darren Young. What's next for him?"
Right,
So I leave that open-ended. So me and Bo Dallas got eliminated by Kane. Me and Kane before that eliminated Mark Henry, and then I didn't tell Kane I was going to do this because I was just going to sell back into like his goozle. Once we eliminated Mark Henry, so once we eliminated him, I shoved him as hard as I could. Boom! And then he was like this. I'm like, "Yeah, baby, lock the hate." And then he grabbed me, boom. And then Bo Dallas got grabbed, and then we went over the top.
Double choke slam, kind of like, or like push.
We just got pushed over the top, which was easy. You know, I got nervous like the timing on the double choke slam, because like one guy might be a little heavier than the other, But I had to beg and plead with the one referee, Scott Armstrong, who I love. He's more of a producer.
Sure.
With Road Dogg. And I had to beg and plead for that spot, and I got it. Then once it was open-ended, and that's when I went to Vince McMahon with the ideas. So that was probably like right after WrestleMania.
Wow.
And then probably we started doing the vignettes probably in June.
June? Okay.
June.
Wow.
So Vince was a man of his word, and the most intimidating thing is his office door, man.
Yeah.
And you have to go in there and you can't be stumbling and fumbling. And I learned it from Titus because Titus would just barge right in.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So I would be like, "Hold Titus, before you go in there, let's have a game plan," because he'll do all the talking and everything.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but shit, let me get word in.
Sure.
But yeah, Titus was a talker.
That's funny.
And Vince McMahon gave me that opportunity, man. So any interview I do, I'll never say a bad thing about Vince McMahon. So.
Sure. Talking back about your WrestleMania Andre the Giant Battle Memorial, Battle Royal. Sorry. Did you get new gear for that?
Yeah, I got new gear, and it was matching Bob Backlund's colors. It was before I had even before I had even pitched the idea. They were red. I think they were red trunks, blue,
yeah,
and with the blue knee sleeves.
That's smart because it gives that all American
Yeah.
feel to it, all American baby face.
Yeah, I didn't wear the gear as much. I still have it, so I can like easily on the show pull them out, and they still look fresh.
Oh, nice.
Like
Nice.
recently, and again, I might have mentioned it on the podcast. I keep saying that, but I started selling some of my older wrestling gear because I
Yeah.
have so much of it. And the reason why I started doing it was because RVD made a great point by saying that he has tons of gear too. He said instead of it collecting dust in his garage, he could maybe sell it as memorabilia that people could maybe hang up. You know,
Yeah,
because
that's
people
true.
buy it.
That's
and
true.
like, I recently started doing that, and I've sold probably total like 10 trunks.
Wow.
A
Is it
lot
the
of-
same dude or
No, not to the same dude, but a
Wow.
lot of it has been like overseas. Like, oh my gosh, I gotta let these people know ahead of time
Yeah.
that it's gonna be X amount of dollars plus the shipping and handling. Like
Right.
that shit's expensive.
Oh
like,
my gosh, yeah.
Like $50, $100. Like, so I have to let them know ahead of time. You know?
Sure.
But people buy it. Like they have, I wouldn't say fetish, but like I mean, I
or
wouldn't say
they're, or
fetish.
they're just collectors.
Yeah,
You never know.
yeah. I hope just collectors, man. But
They're like,
yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You do your thing, but you get a signed picture with that from me to you.
oh, you get a picture too along with the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I got so many pictures, man. So yeah, I mean, I like to give people a little extra.
That's
you know,
good, man.
Incentive.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get right into it, man. The world of pro wrestling. So many things going on. Did you watch the Elimination Chamber?
I saw a little bit of it.
Same.
Yeah,
I didn't
saw a
watch the
little
whole
bit of
thing.
it. But I heard it was off the hook. You know.
Did you? I heard different.
Yeah, I heard that, they really solidified the storyline between like Ziggler and the big guy. What's his name?
Ziggler and the. Oh, Otis?
Yeah, Otis.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were in the Elimination Chamber, weren't they? They
Oh,
had
yeah.
some moments in
Oh, I
there.
didn't know Heavy Machinery was part of the tag team. Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't catch that. I just saw that Shayna Baszler basically annihilated everyone.
Oh yeah, she choked out everyone.
Yeah, she choked out Asuka. She choked. I think Asuka was actually the last person that she eliminated, and I'm not quite sure how she got pinned or I don't know if it was a submission or not. But Asuka was definitely the last person. But I was listening to Sam Roberts' podcast, and he had a good point. Becky Lynch, she's been wearing this jacket, and it's almost like her trophy jacket because on her sleeve she's wearing it's all logos of the female superstars that she defeated already, right? And Natalia's name was on there, Asuka's name was on there, and I believe she wore that at the Elimination Chamber. And he made a good point that as a smart wrestling fan, why would you wear that jacket while the women's elimination chamber is going on when almost everyone that you defeated on your sleeve is wrestling in front of you? So it makes the fan believe, oh, no way is Asuka gonna win this. She's on the jacket.
I
No
see.
way Natalia's gonna win it. She's on the jacket. She's not gonna go like the biggest female superstar of pro wrestling is not gonna go to WrestleMania facing someone she's already beaten. So of course it's gonna be Shayna, So, and I agree with him, man. Like that's kind of, again, like I enjoy it all. Like I'm just a big fan. But the one thing that's different from WWE and AEW is that AEW, you watch a match and you genuinely have no clue who's gonna win. You feel 50-50. It could go either way.
Yeah.
I feel like that in every match.
Yeah.
When I'm watching a match for WWE, Ricochet versus Brock Lesnar, like you already know,
goodness.
like it's still fun. Like I'll still watch it, but it's just the feeling of, I just know that I'm gonna watch 20 minutes of this, knowing the result is gonna be this. There's no surprise factor. There's no nervousness. I don't know, but that's just the way WWE's been booking these days.
Yeah, I don't think the girls are probably too. I'm just guessing the girls probably aren't too happy with like.
Yeah.
I can just feel it, man. I can just feel it. Like, you know, the girls are catty, so I don't think nothing's changed.
Yeah.
In the last few years. So, but she's the man, so she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
She can do whatever she wants.
But I think that's gonna be a good match because I feel like Shayna Baszler is the closest thing to a female Brock Lesnar. You know, she's been booked that way, like an animal. She's savage the way she bit Becky Lynch's neck. That's pretty fresh. I love that. Like, that's never been done before.
Yeah, and where's like Ronda Rousey at in all this?
Well, they're friends, right? I think they're good friends, but I don't think she's gonna be involved. I think she's still doing her personal thing.
Oh,
her family life.
Oh, Ronda. Oh, okay, so yeah, I thought she was full time on the roster.
I mean, at the time, yeah, but I think it was just like a 1-year deal, and then
deal?
she's open to jump back in anytime she wants.
Okay.
But I think the original plan was to fulfill her WWE dream, because I do believe that she is a longtime fan, and she wanted to get that in her belt, you know, before she starts having a family.
Yeah. Sure.
So even the documentary of WrestleMania 35, after Ronda had her match, they showed her backstage, and she was hugging her husband, and she was saying like, "Now let's make a baby."
Oh shit! that pretty much says it all.
Yeah, but I think she might return, man. I think she caught the bug. You know, she loves wrestling for sure. She's great at it.
Well, I mean, the Hall of Fame. You got the Bells being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and they're pushing it. Pretty close.
Yeah. Oh,
with
yes, you're right.
And stuff
you're
like
right.
that. So what a great story, you know. As long as they're both happy, you know, they're getting what they wanted, you know.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna induct them?
Wow, that's a good question.
Who could it be, huh? Like, who is?
Shit.
I can't imagine Daniel Bryan, because that's very one-sided to Brie. You know.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah. But speaking of the Hall of Fame, did you watch the NWO on SmackDown?
No, I didn't see it. That was
good times, man. That was good times.
Oh, it was good?
Because I feel like WWE let them just say whatever and still let them be themselves.
Yeah.
Because they looked really comfortable. So it was during...
I'll have to watch it. You have to show me.
Okay. Well, I won't talk about it then. But man, like, X-Pac didn't look nervous.
Oh, he didn't?
No. He felt really relaxed. He felt like he was having a good time. I don't know, man. I feel like he's more comfortable with Hall and Nash than he is with Shawn and Hunter.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. When all three of them together, they really feel like it looks right. Whereas with Shawn and Hunter, like, he's like, yeah, we're in the same group of friends, but I'm closer towards these two. Then, you know, I just get that vibe.
I see. Well, yeah, I think you mentioned a couple of weeks ago on the podcast that when Six was out, the NWO also made it known that he was still part of the group. Kind of like how New Day's doing with Xavier.
Yeah.
And you see recently the New Day got a money shot with P. Diddy.
Yes.
I don't know what was going on.
I don't know either. Maybe for their podcast.
Oh, really? I
Maybe.
guess.
I don't know.
Wow. They all four looked like that. They were having fun.
Yeah. And I was watching some kind of show on WWE Network, but Xavier was already injured, but he was backstage, and Kofi was showing Xavier like his gear, because he's like, oh, we still want to represent you, you know, like, because there's Xavier everywhere, and Xavier was like, damn, you guys are gonna make people think I'm dead, because it's all like in the clouds, like faces of like Xavier Woods, you know, and they're wearing the armbands and everything.
Like choking on my spit.
He had a good point though, because like their whole gear was Xavier Woods' face, but that made him laugh.
But I love it, man. That's pure geniusness.
Yeah. Xavier Woods is such a down to earth person, because he was talking about how he looked at WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania or SummerSlam? SummerSlam, because New Day, he wasn't booked to wrestle, but Kofi was, and but even though Xavier wasn't booked to wrestle, he spent, I believe he said 6 hours in the makeup chair because he wanted to have his hair braided like I believe Rick James.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then like, so he did. It was like legit braided and everything. He had the glasses, and he's like, talking to the camera crew, and he's saying, "You see this? Like, I did all this for 6 hours, knowing 100%, knowing for a fact that I may or may not be on TV today. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be walking in with Kofi or not, but I still want to get it done just in case I get to be on TV. And I know when I go up there, it's one of those things whether you get it or you don't. But one thing for sure, if I do go out there, I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna enjoy it, and my parents are gonna laugh, and they're gonna enjoy it because they're gonna get it. That's all I need. Like, that's all
great.
I need.
That's great. That's great to hear that.
Yeah, that's really
great
cool
to hear that. Well, you're the professor, man. You got it all. You got it all in that dome.
Speaking of WrestleMania, man, I really am looking forward to the Goldberg versus Roman Reigns match.
I'm looking forward towards AJ Styles and The Undertaker.
That's right.
I mean, come on, okay? But before we get to that, why are you looking forward to Goldberg Reigns?
Because I don't know, I just have this
Is Goldberg going to be able to listen, man? Damn. Like,
what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I hope they put in some time, you know?
Yeah, that's
How
what I'm
long
saying.
was it with Goldberg and The Fiend?
Not long. But that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like
this
it's
is a
such
big test. You know?
It is.
If he couldn't last with The Undertaker, or if he was just, I mean, come on. You know?
Also, I don't know if you saw Super Showdown. Even though Goldberg did the jackhammer on The Fiend, he didn't do it all the way.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, he's a big dude, so it's got
to hold him in the air for a while. It was almost a suplex with the body slam.
Bray's big, and like when you're doing that move when you're younger, people will be expecting that when you're older. So yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough, man.
But still, major props to Goldberg for still being able to do that at his age, right?
Exactly. It's almost like when Lex Luger, I don't know if you remember, but Lex Luger finally body slammed Yokozuna on the USS Intrepid. And Bobby Heenan was like, it was a hip toss, and it did look like a hip toss. It wasn't like a body slam like that.
Yeah.
It was more like, boom,
And you know what's funny about that match? I feel like Lex didn't even win that match, and they celebrated like he won the world championship. Like everyone got him. That was that match, right? And everyone got him in the shoulder and everything, and Lex was celebrating.
Yeah, they might have.
Yeah.
Was it outside?
Yeah, it was outside.
Yeah,
the Lex Express and all that. The reason why I'm looking forward to the Goldberg and Roman Reigns match is because I feel like they're going to surprise us with unique spots. I don't know why. I just have this gut feeling that they're going to think of something really creative because they know that fans have this certain perception of Goldberg and they want to surprise them for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think Undertaker was hoping that in his match too.
Yeah, man. I would pay good money to be a fly on the wall during that night when the Undertaker and Goldberg go back to the curtain, and I want to see like Undertaker just getting hot and Goldberg getting hot, and what's their interaction like after,
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
But speaking of the Undertaker, why are you?
I tell you what, if I was there, I would be right. I would be right in Gorilla, not in Gorilla, but I would be standing outside of Gorilla.
Yeah,
being nosy like everyone else.
Yeah,
I know how it is. I can probably just tell that Goldberg would probably be apologetic. He would be apologizing.
He is very respectable towards Undertaker.
Yeah, and the Taker would just have his hands on his hips, just pacing back and forth.
Have you seen Undertaker yell at anyone backstage?
No. Anytime like he comes into a room, everyone's like this.
And what does he say? Was he like? Is he just greeting everyone, or does he tell people sit down?
He's oh no, guys, come on, sit down.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I don't know if I mentioned, but he was the main attraction at LA's Fan Access.
Yeah.
And when I found out that he was there, like people that are working for him don't really know me,
right?
Or people that are working for the Fan Fest. I said to whoever was running it or whoever was my vendor that I was with, I said when Undertaker gets here, please let me know. I want to get a money shot with him. So they were like, I don't know if we can do that. We can try. I said. Just let me know, and I'm gonna be right over there. So I'm.
You didn't say that you're a WWE veteran?
Oh, they know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they know. But I said, shit, I'm not gonna be walking on, pins and needles, for the Undertaker. Not in a disrespectful way, but like I want to be able to say hi to him.
Yeah.
I want to be able to get a money shot with him because at TVs it can be very busy.
Yeah.
And we've had conversations, him, Titus, and I. Yeah, I wanted to get a money shot, so I made sure I got one.
That's
and then
great.
and Mark Henry was in there, and I was BSing with Mark Henry.
Oh, that's cool.
He got all booty hurt because I posted him and Undertaker.
Yeah.
No, me and the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Where's my picture?" You know. And then I had to show him. I had to screenshot all the pictures that I posted with him in it. You know.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm sensitive." I'm like, "Mark, please." But I made sure I got the money shot with Undertaker. And he was very nice, and I immediately told him, like, I'm gonna tell if WrestleMania goes through or not. My experience in Broadway theater. I told him about it. And he was very like, "Oh wow, that's really good." So yeah, I don't care if they don't want to hear it or not. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. And speaking of money shots, I watched the documentary. I think it was 24. The 24 series they have on the network, and it was the day of WrestleMania, and The Rock was there, and they interviewed Billie Kay from Iconics, and she was talking about how actually they captured a moment with her and The Rock just having a one-on-one conversation, and they took a picture together, and it was really cool because I felt like The Rock was talking as if the camera wasn't there, because The Rock was saying, "Do you want to take a picture now, or do you want to do it like later?" And Billie Kay was like, "Oh no, I might get busy after. Can we take it now?" I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And she took it, and then like The Rock walked away, and then she looked at what's her best friend's name in Iconics? Sean Spears' wife, Billie Kay, and come on, okay, the name's gonna pop up, but. Yeah. They looked at each other and they're just like, "Oh, can you believe that happened?" Like she was like about to cry because they're hardcore wrestling fans growing up watching that stuff, and I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree. Like, yeah, don't be afraid to get moments like that. You know what I mean? People that you work with, people that you respect. Yeah, that's that closed mouths don't get fed mentality that I have.
Yeah. Okay, let's steer away from WWE a little bit. Let's talk about AEW. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts, man. Off the hook. He told Cody like it is,
Yeah.
He's here for the pie. No, he's not here for the whole pie. Just your half. And there's an old saying.
That was a good Jake the Snake impersonation, man.
And there's an old saying that says, "Don't turn your back on people that you respect and love." And he just threw the mic, and Cody caught it,
Wow.
And as he was turning his back, I was like, "That's Jake playing mind games, playing mind games," and the people were listening.
Who do you think that he's talking about?
Shoot, man, it can be anybody. I'm sounding like Ryback Skip. Shoot, it can be anybody. It can be Eric Rowan. I'm sorry, Luke Harper.
Yeah,
Luke Harper.
Yeah, yeah,
it could be him, man. Who else? Who else? But to bring all these OGs back that still got it, keep them active.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool.
And he looks better than ever. I love his hairstyle. He kind of looks like a villain with a half shave on the side.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, was that a mistake or something?
No, that's his brand now. I know that's gonna be his gimmick. That's his brand.
Ooh,
that's the 2020 mullet for him.
Wow, it's weird, man.
It's a bad guy look.
The bad guy look? Yeah, well, that's interesting, man. Hopefully we'll be seeing him short on clotheslining people and doing the signal for the DDT.
Yeah, but someone said that back in the day, Jake actually wanted to be a little bit more fit. Mm-hmm. He wanted to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And Vince found out, and he got hot, and he told, this is all speculations, not facts, but he was saying, if I catch you one more time at the gym, every time you go to the gym, I'm going to fine you $1,000. If I want Hulk Hogan to be holding the snake, I would have Hulk Hogan hold the snake. I want you to look like a sleazy, like dark, like someone that just came out of like the, mud type of thing. Yeah. Like I just want you to look like a sleazeball. I don't want you to start looking like Hogan or better than Hogan, because at that time when Jake was feuding with Hogan, people were cheering Jake. And that got Hogan pissed and McMahon pissed. Mm-hmm. So he told Jake to stop working out.
Yeah, it's funny how, back in the day, there were some heel crowds,
Mm-hmm. They were already appreciative about that.
And now today there are some heel crowds. Maybe like a New York or Chicago or LA or whatever. I wouldn't say LA, but yeah.
That's so funny.
cool.
A heel crowd, man. That just brings me back to Canada versus the US. Right?
Yes.
Whenever it's weird to say, but whenever they have shows in Canada, WWE, oh no, we're in La La Land. We're in La La Land. They're booing the Patriot.
Yeah.
How could they boo the Patriot?
And I just remember the reaction that the Hart Foundation would always get, you know.
Hero.
Yeah, hero.
A welcome, hero reaction, man. They worship the Hart Foundation. But I remember being 11 years old. I thought it was so different to see Owen Hart appreciating the fans. Because he's always been a heel, you know? So when he's in Canada and he's like giving fans like high fives and going like this, I was like, wow, that's different.
Yeah. It's funny. Last night I was watching some old WWF stuff of I had met at Fan Access in LA. I had met Birdman, Coco Beware.
Oh, cool! I saw that picture.
Yeah, and he was real cool, man. He was real cool. Like we did a little. He wanted to do a promo, and like the person that was recording had already started recording, you know. So I'm ready to go. Yeah. And he's like just waiting. He's like, "Wait, you gonna tell me to go?"
Oh, that's funny, man.
So then he starts cutting a promo about Block the Hate, and like I'm just like I'm just on cloud nine because he's an OG. And then I started watching some old stuff of him and Owen Hart when they were
tag team.
Yeah, when they were tag team called what were they called?
I don't remember, but Owen had suspenders, right? Like it was a colorful outfit a little bit.
Yeah. Shit, man, I forget what they were called, man. I can't believe I'm forgetting this.
I don't remember either.
High Energy. Yeah, they were called High Energy.
Wow.
And like Coco Beware was doing all this, and Owen was trying to do some of it, and like it was very like. I hope they were friends. That's something I should have asked Coco when I seen him a couple weeks ago. Well, how was your experiences with Owen? Because Owen was like a practical joker, but everyone loved Owen, so I'm sure that Owen would do whatever it takes to, work with the Birdman, you know.
Sure.
Because their tag team tandem offense was pretty awesome, but like when it came to like getting the crowd into it, it seemed kind of forced with Owen.
Sure. I think he's a better heel.
Yeah.
He's a baby face in real life, but better heel in the ring.
Yeah.
Which is flipped for some people, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm so excited with Jake and his role for AEW. We don't know what's gonna happen. And another thing that people are kind of mad about is Cody's new tattoo.
What, on his neck?
Yeah.
Oh, who's mad about it?
I just see comments like, "Oh my god, like that is the worst decision ever." Blah blah blah. Like that's your gimmick is wearing a suit. How can you do that with the tat? Like fans.
Yeah.
But Zack Ryder, being Cody's good friend, likes to poke fun at him.
Yeah.
So Zack posted a picture of himself with the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast logo on his neck. And it was so funny.
Zach is good with the low blows.
Yeah.
I think he's probably one of the best ones. He can just go at you. So I hate going at with Zach.
Did he tease you a little bit?
He did. I don't remember what he teased me about.
Oh, okay.
I forget what he teased me.
But I personally, like, obviously when I first saw that, it was a little bit of a shocker. I was like, whoa, that's bold. That's like right there.
Bold. Very bold.
But I kind of like it because he's Cody, and I kind of like his explanation with that because he was saying that logo is his brand and he always wants it to be shown. Like he wants his brand to be shown no matter where he's at. And that's what he represents. And I get it because he has a wrestling school now. The Nightmare Factory.
Yeah, the Nightmare Factory in Atlanta. That's, I think, run by, damn it, man.
I wouldn't know. Is it Cody's family or
no.
another wrestler?
Yeah, it's another wrestler.
Arn?
No, you're going to have to cut that out.
Okay, sure. Fuck. I never see anyone but Cody in the school, so I wouldn't know. That's funny.
Oh.
That's funny, man. But I like it. I like his look because it kind of has that Corey Graves, tatted.
Yeah, that's cool.
look with
Maybe
the
I should get
suit.
to block the hate.
Yeah,
Block
yeah.
hate,
You were
put
gonna
that.
get that like big chest piece or something, right?
Yeah, I thought about it, but it's a lot of work, a lot of hours.
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts too. So
Yeah.
I'll just keep my little tattoo I got in 11th grade at a tattoo convention in New
Man,
York with my
11th
mom.
grade, man.
Yeah, 11th
So you were
grade.
like 16? Well, no, 11, 15-ish or something.
I was able to get a tattoo with my mom's permission in person.
Your mom's cool though.
I said I wasn't leaving New York this tattoo convention without a tattoo, and I got a tribal band of strength.
Did you have to sell it to your mom, or your mom was already like, yeah, sure?
She's got fucking 12. She got 11 and 12. I asked her mom, how many tattoos do you have recently? She's like, oh, I don't know. Count. So I think she has like over 10, 10 to 12.
Wow. So she was cool with you getting a tat.
Oh yeah, she was cool. She's like, don't be a punk bitch. She's like, get another one.
That's
right
funny.
now. She's like, get another one. Don't be a punk bitch.
That's funny, man. I love your mom.
Yeah,
She's really cool.
I just put a post out about her about my mom trying to find love.
I saw that, like reasons why you should date my mom.
Yeah,
She has a job.
She don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
She's got a hot superhero son.
There you go.
And she's got a job. I think.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned that. But
Yeah.
you gotta show a mom love.
Of course, man. Okay, back to WWE. Wow, Sami Zayn won a singles championship.
Yeah.
So happy for him.
Against Braun, huh?
Yeah.
How did that finish happen?
I didn't know.
You don't
I didn't
know?
watch it, but I just saw the headline and I was just so happy for him because the Intercontinental Championship is such a prestigious title, And I know Sammy has been the NXT World Champion, but for him to be an IC champion, that's nice to have.
Yeah, it could. I think Pat Patterson is a mentor to him, so I think that could have been a big reason why they passed the baton to him.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
I know you don't want me to talk about the NWO segment because you want to watch it, but I'm just gonna say one thing.
Yeah.
Because the NWO was there, and the Sammy, Cesaro, and Shinsuke came out to interrupt them, and they were talking about the IC championship, and like Sammy was saying, Kevin, you know about the IC championship. You were a former Intercontinental champion. You held that championship. Scott Hall, you are one of the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. And X-Pac, but you get it. I mean, you carry these guys' bags all the time, so you know about the Intercontinental champion. But you'll I'll show you it later. But it was such a fun segment, man.
Oh my goodness, that's a low blow, huh?
And I saw that coming too. I was like, oh man, I know he's gonna say that to X-Pac. Something for you, because he's won the European, the light heavyweight, the cruiserweight tag, but never the two big ones.
Yeah, two big ones.
But that was a good segment. We'll watch it later.
Okay.
I said I want to go back to WWE, but I forgot about this. I'm just want to touch on AEW again real quick. So apparently Vince McMahon, he commented about AEW being blood and guts. It's all about blood and guts.
Vince?
Yeah.
Wow.
So AEW decided to play on that, and their next pay-per-view is called Blood and Guts. It's called Blood and Guts.
Blood and guts. So Vince must be furious.
Yeah. So they fired back, but here's the thing: WWE fired back through Daniel Bryan because I believe he had a match with Drew Gulak at Elimination Chamber, and during Daniel Bryan's backstage promo, he also mentioned he used the term blood and guts. So I don't know, but also at the time, I don't know if Bryan was kind of praising AEW or if something that Vince wanted him to say.
Man, it could be either way, man.
Yeah.
Either way. But the match with Drew Gulak, right?
Yeah.
I think Bryan said that it was very refreshing. I read a statement from him, huh?
It was like he was wrestling himself.
Yeah.
They look alike. Their style was the same.
I'd love to see those type of matches.
Yeah. And I think it's really cool that Daniel Bryan is elevating guys, right? I remember right off the bat, he
did it with Kofi, I think.
Of course, Kofi, but also Ali, man.
Ali, yes.
He pinned Daniel Bryan clean in the middle of the ring on a main event for SmackDown, and now he's doing it for Drew Gulak. And I've been hearing people say for years that Drew Gulak is underappreciated, with how he's being used with the whole PowerPoint presentation. That was his gimmick in
Yes.
205 Live when he's a monster. You know, he's a submission machine.
Yeah.
So again, I think Daniel Bryan enjoys working with these guys and shining light on them.
Absolutely, and he's got the stroke, man.
Yes.
He's got the stroke to say, I want to put this guy over.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I thought it was cool that the fans were into it. You know, like,
Of course.
again, this is one of the things that's so impressive about Daniel Bryan. He's able to have the crowd invest in whatever he does.
Yeah.
When I still remember watching this live at the Royal Rumble last year when he was wrestling. Was it Royal Rumble? Yeah, I think it was when he wrestled Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And this is Daniel Bryan fresh off the heel turn. Daniel Bryan saving the planet, eco-friendly Daniel Bryan. And he came out getting booed. Like, he got booed. Cool. He did his job. But during the match with Brock, man, people got behind him and started like cheering for him again because he made them believe that he had a chance.
He sure did.
You know, and that's the best job that a wrestler can do. I was actually listening to Bruce Pritchard's podcast today. It was a Val Venus episode, but he was talking about whenever guys send him tapes to look at, most of the time Bruce just gets guys, he just watches tapes of guys all in their high spots and them going over and them having their hands raised. Whenever he sees that, he just pushes it up to the side and goes next because he doesn't want to see that. He doesn't want to see that you can do flip in his own words like flippity flop and all that. What he wants to see is like, can you sell?
Yeah.
Can you make the other guy go over? And can you? I want to see your comeback.
Yeah.
You know, so those are the things that he was looking forward to see.
That's funny you say that because in June I have a wrestling match. It's a pride event in the Bay Area. A pride event where I'm going to be wrestling on the show, and also I'm going to be doing a wrestling seminar beforehand. And it's booked for like 2 hours. I mean, I'm more comfortable doing a seminar for 4 hours, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to cover. But in 2 hours, probably the main things I would work on is selling and comeback. You know, those are two things that are important because if there's no heat, there's no sympathy, meaning heat, there's no comeback, you know. That's why one of the best was Shawn Michaels. When he was getting his ass kicked, you might not like him backstage, you know, but when he's getting his ass kicked, you're not sitting like this, but you're on the edge of your seat rooting for him, you know.
I would cry, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Especially when he had that incident where he got beat up at the bar.
Oh yeah.
And then Owen Hart kept sneaking him with the enziguri into the head and kept rocking him. You were there for him, you know.
Yeah,
like you felt bad for him.
I love the way he tumbled out of the ring too. He's like,
yeah, I mean,
and then he gets in the middle of the ropes.
That's the beauty about it, just knowing your body and just like, you know, making the people believe. That's always my goal out there.
Yeah,
is to listen to the people. And their reaction. Same thing with the musical. Listen to see if they're following.
Yeah.
Same thing with wrestling. Listening to them to see if they follow.
Yeah, that's true.
It's such an art, man.
It's such a what?
It's such an art.
Oh, yeah,
It's
obviously.
such an art that I love. I love coaching. I love teaching.
Sure, and you're great at it, man. I saw a little bit of the day in the life of Darren Young.
Yeah.
And as you were telling these kids, you know, your experience and everything.
Yeah, I get excited, you know, because I had help along the way. So if I can see people succeed like Jake Atlas, I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, you know.
Yeah.
It's a tough business, man. Like, you got to devote a lot of time.
Yeah,
you know? A lot of time. And to get this right, it's not going to take 1 day a week. It's going to take 4 days a week.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot of time. So you have to make sacrifices, man.
Yeah, that's the hard truth, man.
Yeah.
You have to love it.
Yeah, you have to love it. You have to love it. It takes time. When you get signed to the Performance Center and you're new, you're doing it 4 days a week, man.
Yeah.
You're doing it because you have to get reps and reps and reps.
Right.
So,
when you went to the Performance Center, at that time, I know it was like a few years back, but how did it look back then? Or has it changed now?
The Performance Center or Florida Championship Wrestling in Tampa?
Performance Center. Because you said you went, right? And you saw the guys wrestling. That's when you commented to Triple H, like, hey, these guys are good.
Oh, yeah. So there's FCW I did, and then the Performance Center in Orlando. I've been there many times to either do they might have us do like drills in the ring if you're coming back from an injury, or if they want you to do promos if you live in the Tampa, Orlando area, promos for actual TV. They have a state-of-the-art facility where they have like 7 rings, a studio, this, that. So it's 5 times the size of the Tampa Center in Florida. But yeah, wait, what was your question again?
Do you think the venue changed or improved since then to what you see on TV now? Like, did they add more rings, you think? Or
no,
like
it's still the same.
Still the same.
It's still the same. They have a weight room that's like, they want to pattern themselves after like any NFL training center, you know?
Do you think UFC
center.
also has that?
I think so. I think I believe so. Wherever their headquarters is, or wherever their training center is, yeah, they have a training center. Seattle Seahawks have a training center. So anytime I was traveling with Titus, we would always go to whatever city had the football training center, and we would work out with the plates and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the big platforms and all that stuff. So yeah, you know, with WWE changing their way of training, you know, because you can't use steroids, you know.
Right.
Like the physiques are a lot different now.
Sure.
From the 80s to currently, you know.
Sure.
Guys are more like, you know, they look like football players. They look like, you know, they're big, man.
Yeah.
These guys now, they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that. Sometimes, remember when you went to that football game together?
Yes.
As they're passing by, I'm like, how are they human, man?
Yes.
They're like cartoon characters in real life.
And then you get some of those into the ring, like, and they don't know their own strengths, so you have to kind of work with them, not like, listen, man, like, just, you know, you don't know your own strength, you know? Imagine doing this every day and you're being grabbed by the neck as hard as you can to someone. That's taxing. That's taxing. So you have to, like, be able to finesse it.
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of football players being in the ring, I laughed so hard because, you know, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder like to tease Mojo Rawley a lot, right? Oh, and they always give him a hard time whenever Mojo Rawley's being labeled as a former NFL player.
Yeah.
Because he actually never played. Like, not one
really?
game. So
but he was on the team, right?
Yeah, but he actually never played. So Kurt Hawkins said, saying that Mojo Rawley is a former NFL player is like saying I'm a former astronaut.
That's not right. That's not right. A former astronaut, do you have a degree in that? Like, if you have a degree in that, then, you know.
That was so funny.
He was on the team. Shit, he was getting a check.
Yeah.
He was getting a check, man. Like, no matter what, he was on the team.
Yeah, you're right, man.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I got your back, Mojo. Damn it. He was on the team. He was trying.
You're right, man.
Wow.
Officially made it.
He officially made it, man. Damn it, man. I like to see the good in everyone.
Yeah.
But what about Taker and AJ? We can't forget about that.
No. Did you watch when he showed up at Super Showdown?
Yes.
He didn't even take his ring gear off, man. That was like so legit. The choke slam.
Didn't need to. Came out beautifully.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is definitely going down.
Yes, it is.
Wow. Well, like I said, it's like Shawn Michaels Undertaker Part 3.
And I think it's really smart for the Undertaker to work with AJ Styles because being labeled as a ring veteran, I bet. Well, both of them are ring veterans, obviously, but, you know, AJ's in a better shape than Undertaker is. So I'm sure Undertaker has a sense of trust and he feels safe with AJ, knowing that if anything goes wrong, AJ can, you know, improvise and take care of it.
I'm so happy to see Undertaker still at it, man.
And in better shape.
Yeah, in better shape. He can still go, man, because he doesn't need to run. As soon as the bell rings, he's here. Yep. And then he might get stopped by AJ. Then AJ does a flip. Oh, he catches him. He goes for a choke slam, maybe into a submission, you know? Yeah. Everything is like Taker just stays in the center, and AJ just comes to him, man. Yeah. I know they're going to tell a beautiful story. Yeah. I know, man. I know that's Taker's goal.
Yeah.
And, like, I love to see that. I love to see Taker and Drew. I mean, Taker can still go.
Yeah. I don't think Taker needs to do the dive anymore though, but
shit, man.
He always does that at WrestleManias. For his safety, I don't need to see it this year. Because that's scary, man. Especially at his age right now,
I think he can still do it.
I think he still can, but I just don't want him to.
Yeah, and I bet you AJ will catch him.
Yeah.
I bet you AJ will catch him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. No, actually, Taker can do it because you'll have the three of them at ringside. You have AJ.
Oh, you're right.
So all three of them are just be here, and like when he's coming, boom, boom, and as soon as they fall, they're like this. Are you okay?
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
You got to get the Iggy. I've gotten that so many times.
Yeah, just a little checkup.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm really interested in that because AJ Styles, he's really doing his best to promote this match because the passion in his promos about the Undertaker, and
he's getting personal, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like like a few years ago, I would I'll be a little more hesitant to call out the Phenom.
Yeah.
But he's not that anymore.
Yes.
That's why, and I think that tells a beautiful story right there.
Then he's calling out Undertaker's wife.
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he was saying that she was doing his old finisher.
Wait. He said that the Undertaker's wife told AJ. Wait, what?
Yeah, AJ said that his wife stole her finisher.
Oh, really? The Styles Clash?
Yeah, she was doing it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What was his wife's name? I forget what.
I'm trying to think. Former Divas champion. Oh,
Michelle
McCool?
Oh, Michelle McCool.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, Michelle McCool was doing the Styles Clash, and he called out the Undertaker on that.
Yeah.
So
always a touchy subject when you mention
making
the
it personal.
family.
Yeah, making it personal. So I love it, man. I love it. So I hope they can go longer.
Yeah.
But top to bottom, I'm really enjoying how the card is coming along. I'm looking forward to seeing Brock and Drew.
Yeah,
that should be exciting.
Drew has his number right now, and it's really fun. The whole countdown to the Claiborne kick.
Yeah,
that's really great. And I said in our last podcast that Brock is such a giving performer, and he always gives
he needs to be, right?
Yeah, he always gives to Drew, man.
Yeah.
His facial expression whenever he gets knocked down.
Yes.
That look of shock, that look of I can't believe you just did that to me.
Yeah, and clearly you can see that Brock.
Yeah.
I said The Rock. I see.
Close enough.
Clearly you can see Brock is like, did you see the one video that got leaked of Brock saying, "Grab the title"?
No, to who?
When Drew kicked him on the stage.
Really?
He kicked him on the stage, and Drew got up and he started celebrating, and Brock was like, "Grab the belt!"
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to find that.
And then he went to go grab the belt.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's funny. It's on the internet.
That's cool. And I also love how when Drew was already gone, Brock was just in the ring, stumbling, and he's trying to get up and all of that. But that's gonna be a fun match. I know that's gonna go on last for sure.
Oh,
that's the feel good ending of the night.
Yeah, exactly. And he's from Ireland, right, Drew?
Yep.
He'd be the first Ireland world champion, right?
See, Sheamus.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, okay.
No, he's Scottish. He'll be the first Scottish world champion.
Scottish.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So that's
Scottish psychopath.
Man, that's making history, man.
I know, man. I mean, Roddy didn't do it.
Yes.
It's gonna be Drew, man.
Yes, I can't wait to see it.
And you talked about
if it happens.
I know. Fingers crossed. And you talked about getting personal earlier, and that describes Edge and Randy Orton's storyline so well. And with them bringing in Beth Phoenix into the ring, playing the wife role.
Yes.
It's pretty cool to see that they made the RKO to Beth a big deal.
Oh, yes.
Because, they're saying that, man versus woman, man attacking woman hasn't happened in a while with the RKO and everything. But, back in the day, it was all the time, right?
Yes.
But the way Beth Phoenix sold it, she's never had a wrestling move done on her, and she just laid out. Yeah. And that was really well told. And I thought Beth did a great performance. think her tears were real. Like I thought I saw some real tears there as Randy was going off on her.
Well, I mean, you gotta bring it out. You gotta bring it to sell it to the people, and she's definitely doing it. Yes,
Randy's so good, man. I was watching a series on WWE. I don't know if it was the Ruthless Aggression series, but they briefly touch on Randy Orton and his growth before and how he was a complete asshole before.
Oh, yes.
And there's actually like a footage of him during like a meet and greet, like young 24-year-old Randy Orton, and he's like signing the autograph. He's like, yeah, I'm the guy. Like I'm a big deal now. Go tell your friends. And then the fan goes, oh yeah, you are. And Randy goes, no, seriously, go. Go tell your friends. He was like such an asshole, man.
I love it, man.
But he was so great when I met him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love him.
He's funny.
Him and his wife, his family. I love him.
Yeah. But the way that whole thing was told, about Randy saying to Beth that, Beth, this is your fault because you're an enabler.
Yes.
Because Edge is a junkie for the crowd reaction. I'm the one that had to do the hard part and stop him because I care about Edge. I want him to stay home with you. I want him to take care of your two daughters, Ruby, and I forgot the other girl's name. But I did that because I love Edge, because Edge was there for me, and he talked about what Edge has done for him in the past, and all that. And like, the reason why he was laid out is because of you. Like, you were an enabler, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was well done.
Yeah, that's another match. I think the 3 matches I'm looking forward to, AJ Styles, Undertaker, Drew, Brock, and then Randy and Edge. That's like number 1 for me almost. Well,
Randy and Edge is number 1?
Yeah, I mean, it's a toss-up between Randy and Edge and Undertaker and AJ, that's like
2 great ones.
2 great
no
matches.
Championships needed.
Yeah, and like, please put in the time, guys.
Yeah,
please put in a long match.
Well, I think Edge and Randy Orton definitely gonna put in the time.
Yeah, long match, lots of selling.
Yes,
lots of selling.
Yeah.
Please, please.
Do you think the John Cena and the Fiend match is gonna be a long match? See, this is one of the things where
John,
I feel like WWE.
Why don't you be a host, John? Why don't you be the host of WrestleMania?
Yeah. But this is one of the things where I feel like with WWE booking, you already know the outcome, right? Like, we know the Fiend's going over, which I'm really happy about, and I'm glad it's... See, this is like...
He's passing the baton?
But that rub, that John Cena rub, But, like, as a fan... I guess I'm speaking for myself, or someone who's like me, who's been watching since they were a kid. These kind of matches, you still appreciate them, you still want to see them, and you're happy for them, but at the same time, you know the outcome. So it kind of and that's the one thing that I miss about watching WWE, not knowing what's gonna happen. Yeah. I remember back in the day when it was the Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin storyline, that huge year-long storyline. I remember the stipulation was if Austin loses, Vince is gonna fire him, and Vince said, "I guarantee it." And I remember as a kid,
I guarantee it.
And I remember as a kid thinking, well, damn, Austin is fucked, because at that time, I think still to this day, if Vince says guarantee it, it always happens. Yeah. And sure enough, I remember going in pay-per-view not knowing what's gonna go down, and again, so Austin did lose and he did get fired, but I just missed that feeling as a kid, not knowing what is gonna happen, where it just sucks. It doesn't suck too bad, but it still kind of sucks knowing that I have a good feeling about what's gonna happen,
Yeah, when Vince says, "I guarantee it," that's as even as Triple H saying, "You either adapt or perish."
Oh yes, yeah, that's his version of it, man. That's his version of it.
Oh, that is so funny, man.
Yeah,
that is so funny.
Who do you think? Do you think there's gonna be any surprises at WrestleMania? Like anyone coming back? There's talks of Paige possibly coming back.
Oh yeah,
that she's starting to get cleared or something like that.
Now a lot of these people coming back, I hear that they're doing this stem cell research procedure. So I don't know how good that is working. Obviously, it's working pretty good.
Yeah.
To see Edge coming back and Paige, this is her house, right? So this is her house, right?
You know what I want to see? You know what I want to see next year? I want to see a triple threat match with you, Asuka versus Paige, and just let it all out, and let it be a shoot match.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me. But you know, this episode 41, right?
Yeah.
It had to be about us because the last 2 weeks we've had some dynamite guests in person.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Back to back.
Yeah.
Zeta Zhang was in the house sharing her story. But this week it had to be about us, bro.
I think that wraps it up for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wow, that's a ship word with watching and listening. Thank you guys for watching and listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you guys leave us a comment. And if you are listening to us on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear, and let us know what we can do better. And we'll see what the next few days hold for WrestleMania.
Oh, stand by.
Yeah, stand by. Man, we all need to stand by. Just in general. Thank you guys so much. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Block the hate, salute the great.